Today I'm going to be talking about Kate Spade and my unique experience of being a fan, consumer, an employee, and ultimately a vendor. Kate Spade was an amazing American designer, and I have a very unique experience in that I was a fan and a consumer of hers in the early 2000s. Ultimately, I got to work for her in San Francisco at the Grant Street Boutique. And then after that, I was a vendor and I had my jewelry in all the Kate Spade stores here in the US and also Japan. I'm going to share all those cool details with you, my unique experience and all the things that I learned being a part of that brand. And if you're a fan of Kate Spade, drop a comment below. If you're new here, my name is Susan McDonald. I'm a vintage and pre-owned home decor stylist, seller, and collector. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and feel free to share this out with anyone else that you think may enjoy it. This video is based on a blog post that I wrote back in 2018, a few weeks after Kate Spade's untimely death. I thought because my story was so unique that other people might be interested to hear about it. So let's get started with my story that starts back in the late 1990s when I was working at Macy's West in San Francisco. When I first heard of the Kate Spade brand, I was working in the buying offices for Macy's West. In the spring of 1999, there was a bit of buzz about a particular handbag brand the buyers would purchase when they would travel to New York City. That brand was Kate Spade. Seemed like everyone was getting one. The black nylon Sam. It was cute, practical, and tastefully branded with a subtle label on the outside of the bag. Who was this Kate Spade person? Did I need a Kate Spade handbag? I didn't travel to New York as I was an assistant buyer, but the name of this coveted brand was now on my radar. In May of 2000, I had a big birthday. I invited my pal Adele from San Diego to meet me in New York for some shopping and dining in the Big Apple. She offered up the fact that we could stay with her friend, Valerie. Valerie was a seasoned, non-native New Yorker, lived in the meatpacking district, and was dialed in with all the it brands. She owned several Kate Spade handbags, including a leather, hot pink, baguette style that I had never seen before. I didn't even inquire about where I could get one. I assumed it was way out of my reach. Later that year, I changed jobs for a hot, up-and-coming online gifting website called Red Envelope. It was at one of their seasonal kickoff meetings that I heard the VP of merchandising say, "We are looking at what Kate Spade is doing regarding products, photography, and branding." I must admit, I didn't understand all the fuss about this brand. I really only knew it as a few black nylon bags with a small label on the outside. What was it that was so captivating about this brand? I would soon learn. On September 11th, 2001, I was in New York City. I had recently lost my corporate gifts job with Red Envelope due to restructuring, and I had a plane ticket that had already been purchased for the trip in hopes of drumming up some holiday season business. The ticket was booked in my name, so of course I decided to travel just for my own pleasure. I had gotten a small severance package, and I thought I had plenty of time to find a job. Why not go to New York as I had planned and have some fun? Due to the tragedies that unfolded on 9/11, I was stuck in New York for an extra 6 days, which included a side trip to the Hamptons. I was soon back in San Francisco and needed a job. I went to an in-person job interview for a pharmaceutical sales position. When I arrived at the venue for the screening, I saw there were at least 50 people in line for this one position. I thought, they'll never hire me. I haven't got a shot at this. I left. Since I was all dressed up, I thought I should go walk around and see if any of the stores in downtown San Francisco have any openings. I walked by the Kate Spade store on Grant Avenue and spotted a sales associate wanted sign in the window. At first, I was uncomfortable about the prospect of working for a brand that I felt excluded from and didn't understand what all the hype was about. But I needed a job. I went in and applied. 1 month later, I was an employee of Kate Spade. The team I worked with was fun, young, smart, and welcoming. Of all of the places I worked in 25 years of living in San Francisco, I met the best, warmest, and most talented people at Kate Spade. I learned about handbags, shoes, small leather goods, the collections, how Kate named all of the bags after her friends, how the corporate directives included propping merchandise with vintage books and found objects. I learned about the brand and the brand philosophy, including the fact that pink and lime green were Kate's favorite colors, that the merchandising strategy was that of a boutique, and that you never put every handbag in every color on the floor. The idea was that the sales associate would engage the customer and stir the interest by suggesting that there might be something else in backstock. I learned and absorbed as much as I could about this hot brand. We carried outside vendors like M&J Savitt and Kenneth J. Lane. It was my first introduction to a lifestyle brand. It was fun. Our staff was fun. Even Jerome, the weekend security guard, was fun and part of the Kate Spade San Francisco team. After only a couple of months, my old employer, Gumps of San Francisco, called me and offered me a job. I said yes, but I loved the Kate Spade gig. I opted to go part-time and work every other weekend. Even as a part-time employee, I still got great perks. Your choice from the nylon collections, handbags when you started. I got a black messenger bag and still use it. Complimentary sunglasses, seasonal shoe allowance. Everyone got a bottle of perfume when the Kate Spade perfume collection launched, and an employee gift at holiday time. I enjoyed my time at the boutique. However, at one point it got to be too much to work both jobs, and I had to quit in the fall of 2003. In 2004, I had the itch to do something with vintage jewelry. I designed a few one-of-a-kind bracelets reconstructing vintage costume jewelry and had a bit of success getting into local boutiques and even landing one of my necklaces on the cover of the San Francisco Chronicle Fall 2004 fashion insert. Through my Kate Spade friends, I got my collection in front of Kate herself. She loved the bracelets, and I got my first order. I was thrilled that she believed in me and wanted to carry my one-of-a-kind bracelets in her stores. My bracelets were hot. A reorder was placed in early December, and that was quickly designed, assembled, and sent. I was the #1 vendor for jewelry for Kate Spade and was super excited to be a part of this brand. My biggest order came for the fall of 2005 for 250 pieces. Now, keep in mind, at that point in time, Kate Spade, I believe, had maybe 20 to 30 freestanding boutiques around the U.S., and then there were some stores in Japan as well. It was so much fun to be a part of this brand. Being in the Kate Spade stores, including Kate Spade Japan, opened other retail opportunities for my jewelry. I got into Henry Bendel, Anthropologie, Nordstrom, and many small independent boutiques in the U.S. and Canada. I got to meet Kate Spade in 2007 at the Hugo Guinness art opening at the Grant Street Kate Spade store. Later in the year, I heard the news that Kate Spade had been sold. This was not entirely unexpected, as there had been rumors floating around regarding someone buying the Kate Spade brand. Then the news came through that they were moving all of their collections and products in-house under the Kate Spade brand name. I was not surprised. I was grateful that I had a chance to be part of this amazing brand as a vendor. My jewelry business evolved. I'm currently selling vintage home decor, jewelry, and fashion accessories. As I moved forward with my jewelry collection, I found myself constantly inspired by the Kate Spade brand and realized how much I had learned being part of this brand. Andy and Kate Spade were ahead of their time. There are a few brands in which one can reference them like, oh, that's so blank, insert designer's name. In this case, of course, it would be, oh, that's so Kate Spade. You hear it for extremely well-known fashion names and houses like Chanel or Valentino or maybe Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Kate Spade is one of those names that you will hear people say, oh, that's so Kate Spade. Here are the top things I learned from my Kate Spade experience. Number 1, the importance of etiquette and manners. I was taught very good manners at home, but I never had a company express the directive that every employee was expected to conduct him or herself with good manners. Each employee was issued an etiquette book by Emily Post. Every job description ended with the phrase, must be polite. Each sales associate was given instructions on how to write thank you notes. We were taught that one good way to sign off on a thank you note was to use the word best before signing your name. I still use it today. Number 2, vintage. This is the first store I worked in that would use vintage books and found objects to prop with the merchandise and create an ambience with vintage furniture. A couple of those items I remember were the book It's a Wonderful Time by Slim Arons, a vintage copy of an Ian Fleming book, and a 1960s transistor radio. It was all on brand and exuded and created a clever experience. I had come from much more traditional retailers such as Macy's and Gumps, which never ventured into vintage items from the 1950s or 60s. I had always enjoyed cool, vintage, mid-century modern, and working at Kate Spade validated my interest and got me even more interested in vintage fashion, accessories, and home decor. I sold vintage jewelry and accessories on Etsy from 2010 to 2015 and then shifted my focus to vintage home decor. Number 3, limited edition products and collaborations. My first Christmas season at Kate Spade, a few pieces of vintage jewelry, embellished miniature Christmas trees arrived at the store for sale. There were about 5 or 6 of these and they were snapped up and sold quickly. Other limited edition products followed, which was a great way to create excitement and interest with regular customers. Number 4, stories. The Kate Spade brand would use one sentence that could connect with the ideal customer that would express and entertain and charm and delight customers. One example was that on all the hang tags, there would be a short sentence that would say something like, "Show your last piece of gum." Kate named every handbag after her friends and relatives, and this added charm, wit, and whimsy to a customer's experience. Number 5, color. When I started at Kate Spade, I learned quickly how much Kate embraced and enjoyed color. A black handbag, while chic and safe, is not nearly as much fun as a canary yellow or Kelly green one. Hot pink and lime green were Kate's most favorite colors. Many shoes would come in a choice of black, pink, or green. We would sell the bags and shoes expressing the color strategy to customers. It was always great fun convincing a customer that she'd stand out way more at a party with a colored handbag and that turquoise, pink, or red go with everything. Furthermore, Kate Spade had certain color combinations that would be seasonally repeated, such as navy blue, Kelly green, pink and chocolate brown, orange and camel, red and sky blue. Another product in which we were always educating the customers on the benefit of color were small leather goods. We would tell customers, a pink wallet is so much easier to find in your handbag than a black wallet. I still think black is boring and overrated. Color is fun. I tell people go out and look at nature and see how good all the colors look together, like red tulips against a blue sky. Number 6, details. Kate Spade was known for color and attention to details, especially details that were unexpected. This was often evidenced in the interior of her handbags. On many items, you would open up a bag to find a hot pink lining or navy and white cotton stripes, or chocolate suede or pale blue polka dots. This was attention to detail that again enhanced the customer's experience and was a smart way to entertain clients with these clever details. Number 7, accessories. Accessories are the punctuation to your outfit. They express who you are more than almost any other article of clothing can. It's one of the easiest ways to update your outfit and wardrobe with a new handbag, a pair of shoes, scarf, or jewelry. There are many inexpensive options, including vintage pieces that can help you achieve a seasonal look or simply expand upon your own style. And I'll repeat, color is your friend. Do not be afraid of color. Wear it and enjoy it. Number 8, handbags. Handbags are one of the best investments you can make. They are not only ornamentation, they serve a purpose. Who doesn't need a handbag to carry around stuff all day? And it follows that one needs different handbags for different seasons, occasions, travel, moods, taste, and practicality. Learn what features you prefer in a handbag and learn about details that denote quality, craftsmanship, and good design. Good quality handbags will have feet. Those tiny studs, usually 4 in the bottom of a bag. This protects the leather on the bottom of the bag. Look for lining. A well-made bag will be lined in most cases. Don't buy fake handbags. They never last. I bought one fake handbag, a faux Kate Spade bag, before I worked for the company. It fell apart the first time I wore it. Keep the stuffing that comes with your handbag and keep it stuffed and in the duster bag when it's not in use. This will help it retain its shape. And finally, a colored handbag is far more interesting than a black handbag. Number 9, branding. The Kate Spade brand was such a cool brand to be a part of. They did innovative marketing and branding because they could, and it was fun. And they knew the power of creating an experience in the stores and in their ads. I absorbed as much as I could when I was employee, and that experience continues to influence me in business today. Kate Spade clearly paved the way for other American lifestyle brands such as Tory Burch. In 2016, Kate Spade was back on the fashion radar with her new collection of shoes and handbags called Frances Valentine. I checked it out and was excited to see what Kate and Andy Spade had came up with. I ordered shoes, handbags, and small leather goods. The quality was nice and the colors and details were creative and beautiful. I gave some items as gifts and proudly shared with those recipients that this was the new Kate Spade collection. For every gift I gave, I made sure to buy one for myself too. I thoroughly enjoyed my time being a part of Kate Spade. I'm still in touch with most of the people that I worked with 25 years ago. In February of 2017, I had heard an interview on NPR with Kate and Andy Spade and how they had started and built their business. And you can listen to that NPR podcast. I'll put a link below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, and if you'd like, subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for watching.